歡迎各位出席今日我哋有關於中醫藥藍圖發展藍圖嘅記者會啦。咁今日台上嘅官員呢，係包括有醫務衛生局局長盧寵茂教授、醫衛局副秘書長李力剛先生、中醫藥發展專員鍾志豪博士、衛生署助理處長中醫藥方浩晴醫生。咁另外都係有香港中醫醫院行政總監卞兆祥教授咧，亦都係出席今日嘅記者會嘅。咁一陣間呢，阿盧教授會先同大家講一個嘅開場發言啦，然後專員就會詳細介紹藍圖嘅重點嘅，之後會回答大家嘅提問嘅。請局長。
各位傳媒朋友、各位香港市民，我哋今日喺呢度向大家公布中醫藥發展藍圖。中醫藥係中華文明嘅瑰寶，亦都係香港醫療體系重要嘅一部分。香港嘅市民好多都信賴中醫藥，亦都使用中醫藥。特區政府多年以嚟制定咗多項嘅政策同埋措施，包括咗我哋中醫藥人才嘅培訓、醫療嘅服務、規管標準，以至公眾教育唔同嘅範疇，而且亦都先後注資咗合共10億。
And we have injected $1 billion into the Chinese Medicine Development Fund to support the development of the industry. This has provided a solid foundation for the development of the CM industry in Hong Kong. This year is a milestone year for the industry. The 7th GBA Inheritance and Development Conference has concluded on the 2nd of December this year in Hong Kong. And also we have commenced services of the Chinese Medicine Hospital in Hong Kong as well as the Testing Institute of the government. Last Thursday, the operation of the hospital has been smooth. We have received a lot of attendance in the hospital and the quota has been used up. Now, with the promulgation of the blueprint, it is a good opportunity to look forward and make a comprehensive planning for the future of Chinese medicine development in Hong Kong, so as to pursue comprehensive and high-quality developments of the industry. The blueprint is the first such blueprint targeting the Chinese medicine industry. It has covered 5 areas with 8 goals and 20 actions. The blueprint will realize the vision to guard the wisdom and forge the future for Chinese medicine development in Hong Kong, relying on the resources and experience of the country on Chinese medicine. We will provide Hong Kong people with a higher quality and more comprehensive Chinese medicine services to enhance their health. At the same time, we will build Hong Kong into a bridgehead for Chinese medicine to go global. In the process of formulating the blueprints, we have made reference to national policies on Chinese medicine as well as the opinions provided by the national institutes like the National Institutes for Food and Drug Control and the National Administration of Traditional Chinese Medicine. We have also consulted the stakeholders in the relevant industries. Now here I would like to thank the Chinese Medicine Development Committee and also the Chinese Medicine Development Blueprint Subcommittee for their diligent work. The government will continue to work hand in hand with the industry to realize the vision and goals in the blueprints and promote the development of Chinese medicine industry in Hong Kong. Now, I would like to invite Dr. Vincent Zhong, the Commissioner for Chinese Medicine Development, to explain the specific measures and the roadmap in the blueprints. Dr. Zhong, please. Thank you, Professor. Media friends, fellow Hong Kong citizens, good afternoon. I'm pleased to introduce the blueprint to you. This is the first policy document targeting the development of Chinese medicine in Hong Kong. It is a milestone. It sets out a clear roadmap for the future development of the industry and sets the vision of guard the wisdom, forge the future, and serving the people and going global. Now, we have a very sound foundation for CM in Hong Kong. Under the Chinese Medicine Ordinance, we have a very robust regulatory regime to enhance the core competence. We also have dedicated policy departments and advisory structure to coordinate the development of the CM industry and engage stakeholders. Third, we have the Chinese Medicine Development Fund to support the practitioners to pursue upgrade. Fourth, we are expanding the services of Chinese medicine from outpatient clinic to specialized services and ICWM services in the hospitals. The newly commenced Chinese Medicine Hospital will provide a more comprehensive set of services to Hong Kong people. We are seeing more and more attendance in our hospital. Now, we have some 10,000 Chinese medicine practitioners working mainly in the private sector, forming a very robust primary healthcare network. Now, finally, we have talent nurturing institutions like universities and other educators in the area to train up talents. Now, we base our blueprint on two foundations. First, national policies. Second, the unique advantage of Hong Kong under one country, two systems. Over the past few years, we've conducted 400 in-depth discussions to engage the views of stakeholders and experts so that the blueprints will align with the country's national policies while adapting to our actual needs. The vision is clear, that is to inherit the wisdom of Chinese medicine and make use of our country's support and resources to empower Chinese medicine with technology and elevate Hong Kong's CM standard and make Hong Kong a bridgehead for CM to go global. Now, the blueprint proposed strategies in 5 key domains with 8 goals and 20 specific actions so as to promote the comprehensive and high-quality development of Chinese medicine. Now, the 5 domains include CM services, CM professions, CM developments, cultural inheritance, and going global. Now, in the following, I will go into detail under each domain. First of all, Chinese medicine services.
We want to build a comprehensive CM service standard and system. We will focus on conditions for which CM has distinct advantages. We will also focus on diseases such as stroke care, knee osteoarthritis, and so on. We want to provide better quality CM services to the public. We also want to put in place regulation as appropriate. We will work with the relevant units to provide a patient-based interprofessional collaboration model. So when it comes to treatment and rehabilitation, as long as patients want to receive CM services, appropriate arrangements will be made. There will also be referral arrangements. When it comes to CM profession, we want to create a leading Chinese medicine professional system. There will be a lot of changes and improvements to be made to the core competence standard for CMPs. This is the system that we will put in place. And there will also be a comprehensive progress, such as CM undergraduate training, CM practitioners licensing examination, and so on. We're going to implement these measures progressively, and we will not affect undergraduate students. When it comes to enhancing Chinese medicine quality and standard, this plays a very important role. In the market, there are products not under the regulation of PCMs. The packaging and ingredients are very similar, and the public may be misled. That's why we have a plan to update the relevant regulation. For instance, these products will not be sold as food, and there will also be a single CM granules. We will also formulate a framework. In a progressive manner, we will fully implement GMP in order to improve the standard of Chinese medicine. With the permanent building of GCMTI being commissioned, we will develop state-of-the-art CM testing methods. We will also promote CM innovation, clinical testing, and we will also empower the industry to train CM talent. When it comes to cultural inheritance, we want to let the public know when they should consult CM, and we will also mount more publicity so that more members of the public in different age brackets will also have a better understanding of CM. We're going to make good use of our advantages of being a superconnector as well as the principle of one country, two systems. We will turn Hong Kong into a bridgehead to help CM to go global. We're going to promote CM service model to the international arena. We are also going to promote CM standard, and we will also be helping the CM testing methods to go global. We're going to play an important role to help CM to go global. The development blueprint is not just a policy document. It highlights our expectation of TCM. We will pass down the essence of TCM, and we will also help our country to help TCM to go global. This is our vision. Thank you. The floor is now open for questions. Please use the mic to ask questions and identify your media outlet before you ask. Please limit yourself to 2 questions. Any question? The lady on the left.
THK, what specific measures are being taken to assess and improve the clinical effectiveness of Chinese medicine services? And can you also elaborate on the technologies that will be leveraged to enhance Chinese medicine services? And my second question is, what specific strategies will be implemented to strengthen the quality management of Chinese medicines? And how will the authorities ensure adherence to good manufacturing practices for Chinese medicine? Thank you.
Okay. May I invite Dr. Jones to answer the questions?
Okay, thank you for your question. With regards to improving the clinical effectiveness of Chinese medicine services, we have mentioned that we're going to create a clinical practice guideline that incorporate both modern clinical evidence and traditional knowledge. So by doing that, we are synthesizing all the good clinical research that has been conducted in the past 2 or 3 decades on Chinese herbal medicine, acupuncture, and other related therapies. The quantitative data with good quality outcome will actually inform what should be the best practice, okay, for delivering the services. And of course, because of the features of Chinese medicine, we also have a lot of knowledge from classical theories and also from experiences from beyond Chinese medicine practitioners. So we will also include that in that clinical practice guideline. And when we conduct the production of this guideline, will involve our Chinese medicine hospital, which is the flagship of Chinese medicine clinical practice here in Hong Kong now. And also we'll incorporate knowledges from the school, from the schools of Chinese medicine in Hong Kong, there are 3 of them, and also the Health Hospital Authority, as well as the wider professional societies, both from Hong Kong and also from mainland. And by doing this, we synthesize experiences on top of the clinical evidence generated by research. And with that practice guideline, we can actually inform the postgraduate training and also even the undergraduate training for the Chinese medicine practitioner so as to improve their practices. And with regards to the improvement of Chinese herbal medicines product, I now pass the mic to Dr. Fong, please.
So thank you, Vincent. So I would like to respond to the questions about how to improve the quality of Chinese medicines. So as Vincent just mentioned, in the blueprints, there are several measures about the legislative review on the regulation of Chinese medicines. So firstly, some products that are very similar to proprietary Chinese medicines, but currently marketed as food products. We will review the definition of proprietary Chinese medicines and will include these products into the regulation regime of Chinese medicines. So with a view to improve the safety, quality, as well as the effectiveness, to guarantee these parameters of these products to safeguard the quality and also the safety of these medicines for the public. And secondly, we are also including single dispensing Chinese medicine granules. That is, sometimes if you visit a Chinese medicine practitioners, they will prescribe some granules or some medicines for that are not the raw herbs that are granules for the patients to take easily. And currently, these granules are not subject to a very similar regulatory regimes like the proprietary Chinese medicines, and we are intending to also put all these granules into the regulation regime similar to proprietary Chinese medicine. So they must also fulfill the quality and safety requirements for them to be marketed. And also, we are also aiming to mandatory require all proprietary Chinese medicine manufacturers to observe the GMP requirement in producing PCMs, so that to ensure every batches of proprietary Chinese medicines would meet the safety and quality requirements. So apart from legislative measures, we are also mentioned by Vincent just now, the government Chinese Medicine Testing Institutes operated under the Department of Health is doing a lot of measures to help the Chinese medicine sector to improve the capability to enhance their quality controls measure. And also the GCMTI would also conduct a lot of training courses for the sector to improve the skills to ensure the quality control of Chinese medicines. Okay, thank you.
好，下一條。嗰邊第三行最個個。
Next question. And the lady on the far end. Thank you. I'm from TVB. PCM will be regulated in relation to its production. There will also be a regulatory framework. In the short, medium to long term, there will be measures. What is the timetable? What are the differences between the measures to be implemented in the short, medium, and long term in relation to the CM licensing examination and the clinical training afterwards? We have identified one extra mode. It is going to be on a voluntary basis, so what is the main difference?
咁而家請鐘博士。
Dr. Edmund Fong will answer the first question on Chinese medicine, and Dr. Zhong will answer the next question. Thank you. Concerning the GMP for production of Chinese medicine, in the blueprint, it is mentioned that the government will require all CM manufacturers to comply with the requirements under the GMP. Now, in terms of drug manufacturing, internationally, many countries and places have required manufacturers to comply strictly with the GMP. So we need to align with the international standards. Now, there is short, medium, and long-term goals for this objective because it takes time to elevate the standard of CM production. Now, in the short term, we will regulate the core competency and documents requirements. For medium term, we will enhance the quality framework. For the long term, we will upgrade the hardware. This can ensure that the future products of our manufacturers will be of good quality. In the long run, it will offer more protection to patients. On the other hand, the competitiveness of our industry will be enhanced and they will be more competitive globally. Dr. Zhong, thank you for your question concerning CM education and training. There are several actions in our blueprints to enhance the professional education for CM practitioners. First, before practice, we will require the practitioners to build up their core competencies as a Chinese medicine practitioners. Now we identify room for improvements because we want to promote interprofessional collaboration and also second and tertiary services in CM. Now in the Chinese Medicine Hospital, CM will play a very large role in daycare and outpatient services. So in terms of pre-admission training, we need to upgrade or update the requirements to ensure that the CM practitioners are equipped with the essential core competencies to cope with the changes. Now, with these updated core competencies for undergraduates, we need to change the requirements in the licensing examinations, including clinical operations and clinical performances. After admission, there is a 3-year post-admission training program for Chinese medicine practitioners in the 18 Chinese medicine clinics, training and research centers. Now, we foresee more and more CM services being provided in the Chinese medicine hospital, so there will be more opportunities and more chances for practitioners to be trained. It will help make our post-admission training more comprehensive for our practitioners, so we will do it step by step. Thank you. Now, concerning the timetable for GMP, we haven't set a timetable yet because we need to discuss the matter in detail with the industry. We need to reach a consensus with the industry to strike a balance between an aggressive timetable and the acceptance of the industry. Next question, the gentleman in the third row. Good afternoon, I'm from Mingpao Daily. Now, still on Chinese medicine quality, that there is a registration system for proprietary Chinese medicine. Now, in the blueprints, it is mentioned that there are some shoddy products in the market. So what are the challenges we have now? Why aren't our regulatory regimes sufficient to regulate these products at present? And what are you trying to achieve by amending the definition for proprietary Chinese medicine? About the referral by Chinese medicine practitioners and clinical guidelines. With the commencement of service of the Chinese medicine hospital, we now have CMCTRs, HA hospitals, and the Chinese medicine hospital. So what are their positionings going to be? Now, actually, there are referrals made by other institutions. So what will the referral guidelines be like? Is the referral guidelines for patients, for CM practitioners, or other professionals? Because so far, we don't know what the referral guidelines are about. How can we achieve the vision of a Hong Kong model? Dr. Fong will answer the first question, and Dr. Zhong will answer the question on clinical guidelines. On proprietary Chinese medicine regulation, in the market, there are some food items, but they are essentially proprietary Chinese medicine. Under the existing ordinance, there is a clear definition for proprietary Chinese medicine. That is, all the components must be of Chinese herbal medicine, and they must be in the form of dosages. Now, because of this definition, there are some proprietary Chinese medicine products with non-Chinese medicine materia medica added to circumvent this regulation. And there are some products with very misleading names, leading consumers to believe that they are actually proprietary Chinese medicine products. This is undesirable. That's why we seek to amend the ordinance to prevent this loophole and also to extend our regulation regime to these products. We will do so by amending the definition. Dr. Zhong, please. Thank you for your question. In terms of clinical guidelines and clinical roadmap and who are they for, on clinical guidelines, over the past few decades, Chinese medicine practitioners have conducted a lot of successful and authoritative clinical studies. So we want to integrate and collate these standards to provide a reference for CM practitioners and also for various services like acupuncture. And also we would like to provide guidelines on better cooperation between different professions. If you refer to figure 1.3, there is an example of the roadmap. Now this clinical pathway, say for example, if a patient suffered from a stroke episode, after the acute treatment in Western hospital, how can the patients be referred to the Chinese medicine hospital for follow-up services? And after discharge from the Chinese medicine hospital, how can the patient continue with the journey of rehabilitation with the combined strength of Western and Chinese medicines and also, say, occupational therapists? So this is where we need to provide coordination to achieve the best effect. So the clinical pathways are for specifying when and how different players should intervene to ensure that there is an orderly structure of collaboration between Chinese and Western medicine practitioners. Of course, we need to let the professionals know when they should step in. And also, we need to let the patients know when they can select either services. Thank you. Allow me to supplement. With the development of Chinese medicine, overall speaking, the role of Chinese medicine in our healthcare system has become more important. For example, in the past, the patients would approach a private CM clinics or practitioners for assistance. Now we have the 18 Chinese medicine clinics come training and research centers run by the TMHK. And also we have integrated Chinese and Western medicine services in our hospital. And now we have the Chinese medicine hospital providing secondary and tertiary services. The services under the Chinese medicine category have become more and more complicated. And there are lots of collaboration across professions and with Western medicine practitioners. There are lots of collaboration with occupational therapists and physiotherapists and other allied health professions. So we need to set a standard for the collaboration. Besides patients, we need to provide guidelines among different institutions on how to provide the best services to patients for their benefits.
Speaker of mic. Speaker of mic. First of all, the Chinese medicine hospital provide day patient services as well as outpatient services. We have physiotherapy, we also have occupational therapy. These services are available. And with day patient services or inpatient services being commissioned, there will be further guidelines. Referrals may be made from the hospital authority to the Chinese medicine hospital or vice versa. We're going to set down guidelines. There are a total of 6 specialized CM services as well as 12 special disease programs. The Chinese medicine hospital is setting the guidelines. Next question, the lady in the third row in black.
The healthcare manpower prediction from 2023 showed that the supply of Chinese medicine practitioners will exceed the demand around 2038, which means we do not need more practitioners by that time. How could you convince young people to study Chinese medicine when the demand is so limited? What does it mean to implement a competence-based education, and what is the difference with the existing curriculum? And we do not see any concrete time in the blueprint. Like, do you have any timeline, like by which year, instead of just short, medium, and long term? And on helping Chinese medicine go global, could you elaborate on how to help it go global beyond China? Would you promote medical tourism or simply academic exchanges, which are already taking places? Thank you.
Okay, may I invite Dr. Zhang to answer the questions?
So with regards to the development of the Chinese medicine professions, so according to our manpower prediction, actually in short term, we have a slight shortage of Chinese medicine practitioners, probably due to increased demand and also aging population, in which we know older generations actually use more Chinese medicine services. So, but we are confident that we are not going to face this shortage because we have both local supply of Chinese medicine practitioners from the free schools of Chinese medicine, as well as a constant stream of Hong Kong students attending Chinese medicine universities in mainland, and they can all come back to take the exam and become registered Chinese medicine practitioner. And for their professional development, I think there are ample of opportunities for them, especially on the service side. For the services, we have already launched the Chinese medicine hospital, so we'll have inpatient, we have day patient services, which will actually redefine the role of Chinese medicine practitioners in Hong Kong, and that will allow more career advancement opportunities. And aside from clinical services, we have a lot of changes in terms of teaching as well. As you have mentioned, we're going to change to competency-based education. So there will be demand for training professionals in clinical Chinese medicine practice. And I should also mention about opportunities in research. We will also encourage the innovation of novel Chinese herbal medicine products, and that will require more professionals specializing in conducting advanced clinical trials, doing big data research. So there are actually more demand on diverse role for Chinese medicine graduates. And for the education part, we want to transit to the competency-based education because this is what the mainland has actually advocated in the 14th five-year plans in Chinese medicine education. We now have an established core competency for Chinese medicine graduate developed by mainland authorities, and there's a need for us to actually adapt and make reference to these core competency frameworks to make it fit for the future development of Chinese medicine services here in Hong Kong. So there will be very clear requirements in terms of clinical competencies when we are talking about this kind of education. With reference to what we are doing now is more on a time-based education approaches, which we may not be fitting into the current service development need. And that's why there's a clear need for changing to core competency education so as to fit our future developments in all these aspects. And in terms of timeline, so as you can see in our blueprint, we have a timetable showing that we have short, medium, and long-term goals. So we expect that for the short term, we will take about 1 to 3 years to advance. And then for medium term, maybe 4 to 6 years, and then 6 years and beyond, we go for the long term. And these are usually dictated by the complexity of the task and whether the task can be immediately, promulgated in a short period of time. So let me give you an example. For the Chinese medicine hospital, now we have specialized disease program, right, dedicated for services dedicated for specific diseases, and these are considered to be short-term because we want to make sure that these services are readily available for the public. And for the more advanced training in these specialized conditions, that will take a longer period because we have to make sure the services are now mature enough. We have all the training materials ready. We know what the competency are. Then we can actually train the next generation of Chinese medicine practitioners with specialized skills, right, in particular area, let's say acupuncture. So that will explain why we have separate time frame for different tasks, and many of the tasks are actually interrelated, and we'll make sure that they will be implemented in a coherent manner.
好，下一位。
Next question.
That we can actually do, there are at least 3 things that we can do. So we are going to create the Chinese medicine practice guideline and also the pathways, and that will, of course, number 1, define what the best practice are in terms of Chinese medicine diagnosis and treatment. This is from the clinical practice guideline. And for the clinical pathway, we're going to define how different professionals can actually collaborate to deliver the best services for our patient, right? So these things actually has a lot of reference value for health system overseas. For example, in Malaysia, in Australia, in Singapore, they have Chinese medicine practitioners being regulated, and they are regulated healthcare professionals. So they can actually make references to our model in terms of services development, so they can actually make use of their Chinese medicine resources and professional better in their health system if we collaborate and actually export our services model. And also another key is the Chinese herbal medicine standards and the testing technology that we're developing in the government Chinese Medicine Testing Institute. These can actually help different countries and regions to advance their regulatory best practice, and also to know how to apply this new technology in clarifying the quality and the ethnicity of all this Chinese herbal medicine. So this is the second international standard actually we can promote overseas. And finally, Hong Kong itself is the hub for international exchange in many aspects, including healthcare. We have successfully held the 7th GBA Chinese Medicine Summit earlier this month, and we have successfully attracted more than 800 attendees. So I think with such a background and our advantages, we can actually position ourselves as a knowledge exchange hub for Chinese herbal medicine and Chinese medicine services, and then through this exchange, we can promulgate and promote internationally our service model and also our testing technology and methodology and standards. Thank you.
下一位，第4行。
Next question, the lady in the middle. Good afternoon. Concerning fake proprietary Chinese medicine, how serious is the situation? Can you give us some figures? Is there a timetable for introducing a bill into the electrical? Before that, how will you enhance public education? In terms of the short-term goals in the blueprint, when will they be achieved? For example, formulating standards for advantageous diseases and clinical guidelines for Chinese medicine. Will there be KPIs, and when will you review the progress of the blueprint? Which media organization are you representing? I am from Cable News. Dr. Edmund Fong and Dr. Chung will answer the questions, please. Concerning fake proprietary Chinese medicine products, we don't have a figure to show how rampant the situation is, but it is quite widespread, causing confusion among consumers. So we can lose no time to introduce an amendment into the law. Now, after the next term of LegCo has come into office, we will begin the legislative amendment exercise as soon as possible. Back in 2018, we have drafted a bill with similar effects, and we have consulted the trade concerning the draft bill. However, because of the coronavirus epidemic, the exercise has stopped. We will resume the exercise as soon as possible. Now, before, during, and after the legislative amendment exercise, we will step up public education to ensure consumers understand the efficacy of the drugs. So by the end of this year, we will launch a video campaign to educate the public on registered proprietary Chinese medicine products. Now, for all registered products, there would be a serial number printed on the box that is HKC and to be followed with a 5-digit number. So we will step up promotion on this serial number. For those products without this serial number, they cannot be treated as proprietary Chinese medicine products. Professor Bian, concerning clinical services in the Chinese medicine hospital, we focus on the vision of pursuing specialty in specialized CM services and excelling in special disease programs. In the first year, we will focus on 12 specialized diseases. Now, in the first phase, we will formulate the clinical pathways. Now, the 12 special disease programs will be handled according to the clinical pathways and guidelines. In the second phase, we will adjust our service delivery model according to the actual needs of patients. In the third phase, when the clinical pathways have become mature, we will disseminate the clinical pathways to the private sector and other government-subsidized organizations. Now, there are 23 such diseases at present, and we will expand the number of the service scope in the future. We will take 2 more questions. The gentleman over there. Hi, I'm from TMHK. Concerning some figures about the advantageous disease areas, what kind of diseases they are and how many are there? Concerning setting the clinical pathways, now besides stroke patients, which you have mentioned, what kind of patients will be given the clinical pathways in the future? Is there a timetable for Hong Kong to become a bridgehead for Chinese medicine to go global? To realize this vision, how many CM practitioners do we need? According to your present assessments, is there a shortage of CM practitioners? We will invite Professor Bian and Dr. Zhong to answer the questions. Now, advantageous disease areas. Now, that's based on empirical evidence and also the professional assessments of our teams. So far, we have confirmed 23 advantageous special disease programs under 6 divisions. Now, they include internal medicine, external medicine, gynecology, pediatrics, orthopedics and traumatology, and acupuncture and moxibustion. In the next phase, we will add 12 more special disease programs. For example, stroke rehabilitation, chronic pain alleviation, eye diseases and infertility, and also eczema and other dermatological diseases. Now, during the clinical treatment process, Western medicine alone may not be able to alleviate these symptoms. So this is where Chinese medicine can come into play. So according to the resources we have, we will increase the number of special disease programs in the hospital. Dr. Zhong, please. Thank you for your question. As I've mentioned, according to the healthcare manpower projection, we project that between 2030 and 2035, there will be a slight manpower shortage for CM practitioners. However, with the 3 medical schools we have, and also other Chinese medicine universities in the mainland, we have realized that the number of returnees taking licensing examination in Hong Kong has gradually improved. So in terms of helping the country to internationalize Chinese medicine services, we have a big role to play. Now, there are 10,000 CM practitioners in Hong Kong. We need to help them better integrate into our healthcare system. We will do so through the Chinese Medicine Development Fund and provide more continuous professional training programs for them. Now, on the 11th of December, we have updated the eHealth app to allow CM practitioners to gain access to patients' medical records. Now, through the CM Development Fund, we will provide more training programs to help CM practitioners make good use of the eHealth app and better communicate with other medical professions. Now, in terms of talent, for Hong Kong to become a bridgehead for CM to go global, we need to train up high quality and high-end talents. In the blueprint, we have mentioned several areas we need to focus on. For example, the CM clinical scientists, clinical educators, and advanced clinical mentorship program. We hope that there will be more and more national medicine masters and national famous traditional CM practitioners in Hong Kong. This will equip Hong Kong to bring CM to the world. So these are the areas we will focus on to nurture more talents to achieve our vision. Allow me to supplement on 2 points. First, on manpower. The healthcare manpower projection is based on assumptions on different points of time, but this is a very fluid process. The situation of manpower will change depending on the developments of the healthcare industry. So we conduct a healthcare manpower projection every 3 years so as to adjust our strategies based on changes in our population structure, size, and other factors. That includes the commencement of service of the Chinese Medicine Hospital and the promulgation of the development blueprint. The demand for CM services and also the quality of CM services in Hong Kong will be improved. So we think we might need more CM manpower in the future. And also there are a lot of specified and specialized diseases. CM practitioners may need advanced training in certain disease areas. These are also factors affecting the supply of healthcare manpower in CM. So we will continue to monitor the situation by conducting manpower projection every 3 years. The nation's strategy is to bring Chinese medicine to the world, as said by President Xi Jinping. Under one country, two systems, the Hong Kong SAR enjoys the advantage under one country, two systems in terms of quality assurance, internationalization, and so on. Now, as mentioned by the Chief Executive in the policy address, Hong Kong should become an innovation hub for international healthcare innovation. That's the same for Chinese medicine. Globally speaking, Chinese medicine is an important part of traditional medicine. Chinese medicine, compared with other traditional medicine, enjoys a very big advantage because Chinese culture goes very far. We have a very huge influence in the global traditional medicine market with a very large recipient base. So what we should do is to help Chinese medicine gain global recognition. All eyes are on Hong Kong on developing Chinese medicine. Now, on the 2nd of December, at the 7th GBA Conference on Inheritance, Innovation and Development of TCM, this is the first time that this conference was held in Hong Kong. But compared with the past 6 iterations of the conferences in the mainland, The participation by the world in Hong Kong is extraordinary. We have received representatives from 30 countries and places. Many foreign representatives have expressed their admiration on the development of Chinese medicine in Hong Kong. For example, our integration between Western and Chinese medicine, and also the commencement of the Chinese Medicine Hospital. So in terms of ICWM and also standard setting for Chinese medicine, Hong Kong can play a very important role as a bridgehead.
Matthew.
Thank you. We'll take the last question. If there's no further question, well, any question? Good afternoon. I'm from Hong Kong ET. Will clinical training be included in the continuing education scheme? You said you want to train more CM talent, so are you going to make it a mandatory requirement? Will scores be counted toward the continuing education scheme? Thank you. Well, every 3 years, the license will have to be updated and renewed. They will need to take courses recognized by the council, and one will have to accumulate a total of 60 scores before they can renew the license. And registered CM practitioners need to renew the licenses every 3 years. However, the training scheme under the hospital authority is not the same. It is very systematic. It includes clinical training. It aims to help CM practitioners to settle into the clinical environment in Hong Kong. We want to train more mature CM practitioners in Hong Kong. As for undergraduate training, the benchmark is such that when CM students obtain a license, they can already practice in the private market. However, if they want to continue to improve, they can take part in the training program organized by the hospital authority on a voluntary basis. Of course, we want to make improvements. We will liaise with the Chinese Medicine Hospital and the hospital authority to improve the program. We will better dovetail with the service needs in Hong Kong. Thank you. That is the end of the press conference. Thank you.